Hey guys, Charles Demiano here from the Bruce Lee Collection for another exciting episode. I have a very special episode lined up for you guys today. I'm not only in my new collectible setting with my comics on the wall, some rare Bruce Lee magazines, Fighting Stars, Black Belt with Bruce Lee on the cover of these magazines. I got my beautiful Bruce Lee kick statue over here. I have a nice photo of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon, and today's episode is going to be about Enter the Dragon photo set that I picked up back in 1973. And before I show you this rare photo set, I'd like to give you a little backstory on it and how I obtained it. So in 1973, when Enter the Dragon came out in August of 1973, I remember seeing it at the Academy of Music on 14th Street. And as you guys know, who've been following me on the channel, Enter the Dragon is my favorite Bruce Lee movie of all time. I just love the way it was made, the colors, the characters. It was just spectacular. And let me know what your favorite Bruce Lee movie is. Leave it in the comments if you don't mind. I'd love to hear from you guys. First of all, I love black and white photos on Bruce Lee, especially from Enter the Dragon. And the way this photo set came about is I got it in a trade when I was 14 years old. I was living on the Lower East Side at the time on 12th Street and Avenue A. And you know, as kids at that time, we played a lot of baseball cards. We would play colors and flips, and you would play with your friends and you would win different baseball cards. Now, I was really never into baseball that much, but it was a fun game, and as a kid you wanted to kind of keep up with the other kids. So I had a set of baseball cards from 1973. It was the Topps series, and I had a friend that lived on the block with me whose dad worked for Warner Brothers. And he said, hey, I know you're a big Bruce Lee fan. I'm a big baseball fan. He goes, I came across this photo set of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon that my dad got me from working at Warner Brothers. Now, at the time, I didn't really know much about collectibles and collecting. I didn't even know what this photo set was going to be like. But I said, all right, well, why don't you bring it by? What would you like to do with it? And he goes, I'd like to trade it for your baseball cards. You have a lot of great baseball cards, and I'm a big baseball card fan. So I said, okay. I said, let's meet tomorrow. You could bring the photo set, and I'll bring, you know, all the different baseball cards that I have, and we could see if we could do a trade. And he said, that'd be great. So he comes by, and he walks over to me. We meet on 12th Street and Avenue A, and he has this photo set, this black and white photo set that I've never seen. And even to this day, 50 years later, I've never seen this photo set in its completion. It's in its entirety. It houses 35 black and white photos from Warner Brothers, from Enter the Dragon. And I remember putting it in this folder when I was a kid, and I still have it in the folder, and it says Enter the Dragon 8x10 black and white photos, 35 to the set. And I still have it in this folder. So I'm going to show you this set today, and we're going to flip through each of these beautiful photos so you can experience what this set is all about. And then I'd like to hear from you to see if you've ever seen this set, if you have this set in your collection. This is the only set that I have in my collection. I have thousands of black and white photos on Bruce Lee from all his films, including Enter the Dragon. And I have some of these photos that you'll see today in singles, but this is the only set that I have in its entirety. So I'm gonna flip through this with you guys today, and I think you guys are gonna be in for a real treat. So let me just take it out of this plastic bag. Like I said, this has been in this folder and in storage for the last 50 years, since 1973. And I rarely go through the set. It's so beautiful. The photos are in mint condition, and what makes them so special is that these photos contain the slugs, as I called it as a kid, or the wording at the bottom of each photo, and it has a serial number up in the upper left corner of the photo. Each photo has a different serial number, letting you know it's an original photo. It was put out by Warner Brothers in 1973. It says it at the bottom down here, copyright 1973, produced and distributed by Warner Brothers. And the reason I like these photos so much, and you could see the beautiful clarity in this, even from 1973, is I love the words on the bottom. You know, it says Enter the Dragon. It has Bruce Lee's name, John Saxon's name, all the stars that were featured or co-starred with Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. And this is a beautiful photo of Bruce Lee and Han, as you can see here. So that's the first photo in this set, and I'm gonna flip through all 35 today so you can see the beauty of these photos. And you know, let me hear from you in the comments. Let me know if you have this photo set. The second photo in this set, again, is this beautiful one of Bruce Lee by the wheel and Enter the Dragon. And this looks like a publicity shot, because I don't think this was in the film, where you can see the vascularity in his forearms behind the wheel. I just love this photo of Bruce Lee. And then you have this next photo of John Saxon and Anna Capri in the scene of Enter the Dragon. We're in the bedroom, and they just were introduced to all the girls, and you know, Anna Capri tells John Saxon, pick one, and he said, I already have, and obviously it was Anna Capri. Beautiful photo right there. And then you have this next photo, again, of Bruce Lee battling Han in the trophy room. As you can see, Bruce Lee's throwing a round kick at Han, caught him in the face as Han's head goes back. Again, love the words on the bottom, the slugs, just incredible, crisp, clear, black and white photos. This next photo is one of my all-time favorites. It's simply a classic. Bruce Lee, again, in his classic pose, squaring off with Han, and I actually have it here in another shot that I had since the 70s. This one doesn't have the slugs on the bottom like this one has, and it's always been one of my favorite photos of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. Which was your favorite Bruce Lee pose from Enter the Dragon? Let me hear you in the comments. Leave a comment below. This next photo, again, more of a publicity photo. You have Bruce Lee here behind the rock wall with the Kung Fu outfit on. Just love that photo. Another classic with the slugs on the bottom. And again, there was 35 to the set. You probably have seen some of these. This is one behind the scenes of Bruce Lee showing John Saxon, I guess, some of his fight footage that he's gonna be doing when he fights Bolo and Enter the Dragon. As we know, Bruce Lee choreographed all the fights in that film. Another great photo. Here's another one of those photos in the series where he's demonstrating a sidekick to John Saxon and just helping to choreograph his fight. And then you have this amazing photo of Bruce Lee battling the guards in the courtyard scene. Again, another one of my favorite scenes in Enter the Dragon. Let me hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite Bruce Lee fight scene in Enter the Dragon? Was it the dungeon scene? Was it the courtyard scene? Was it him with the finger gloves? Was it him battling Bob Wall? There was just so many great scenes. Him fighting Han. Leave it in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. Here's another nice photo of Enter the Dragon with Anna Capri entering the room, in John Saxon's room in this case, just before the tournament the next day, asking John Saxon to pick one of these lovely ladies, and obviously we know he picked Anna Capri. Then you have this nice photo of John Saxon sitting in the banquet, ready for the banquet to begin, obviously figuring out what he should be eating at the banquet. Another nice photo from Enter the Dragon. And again, you don't see a lot of these photos, but this was a complete photo set of 35. I believe it was probably part of a press kit at the time where they gave you a press book, the photos, a synopsis of what the film was going to be about. A lot of critics would sometimes go to these screenings prior to the movie, and they would hand you this whole press kit giving you an idea of what the movie was about and what you were about to see. So I believe this was probably part of a press kit, and that's where I believe these 35 beautiful photos came from. John Saxon fighting his opponent in Enter the Dragon. And then obviously we have Bruce Lee and Bob Wall in that classic fight scene where Bruce Lee was untouchable in this fight scene. I never saw speed like that as a kid. I was just mesmerized when I saw this fight scene with Bruce Lee and Bob Wall. Here's another one in that series of Bruce Lee using his Jeet Kune Do, the basis of which was Wing Chun. And in this scene, we could see Bruce Lee use a bunch of Wing Chun techniques. Pak Sao, which is a slap block, which helps him enter Bob Wall's defense. He follows through with a lop sao, gets Bob Wall to the ground, as you can see here. Beautiful photo. Here, Bob Wall got upset, decided to grab Bruce's foot. That's when you see Bruce Lee do the backflip, which, as obviously we know now, was Yuen Wah, which was his stunt double in Enter the Dragon, who actually did the backflip. And then you have beautiful scene here where Bruce Lee is with Bob Wall, kicking the bottle out of his hand. And obviously we know that Bruce Lee actually got cut on this scene and needed stitches. They needed to stop production for a day or two because they didn't have fake bottles, which are usually made of sugar. This was real glass, and there was a little accident, and Bruce cut his hand and needed a couple stitches. That's the scene there. Here we have Bruce Lee just before he goes out in his black catsuit, getting the down low of what's been going on the island. Here you have another beautiful shot of Bruce Lee at the rock wall. Again, these used to be my favorite photos growing up as a kid. Love those scenes at the rock wall. Again, more of a publicity photo, wasn't actually in the film, but some great photos. Again, love the slugs on the bottom, the serial number at the top, showing you that these are authentic photos from Warner Brothers. Leave it in the comments. Have you seen this photo set? 35 photos to the complete set. Here you go with Han waiting for the tournament to begin. It's when he goes, Bolo! And Bolo goes, Da! And they say, let the tournament begin. And that's when the action starts. Here you got John Saxon and Jim Kelly looking on into the tournament before they start placing their bets on one another, having a little fun there. And then obviously you have Bruce Lee here in a rare shot in the mirror room scene from Enter the Dragon. Just love that scene. And this is a favorite by most collectors, is the dungeon room scene where Bruce is in the dungeon battling the guards. Let me hear from you in the comments. Was this your favorite fight scene? What did you think of the dungeon room battle with Bruce Lee battling the guards? Simply incredible. Here's a nice publicity shot of Jim Kelly smiling from Enter the Dragon. Obviously they took a lot of these photos off camera. Here goes a classic, one of my favorites. I'm sure a lot of you guys had this on a poster growing up as a kid. Bruce Lee with the nunchucks in the dungeon. Just incredible. Here you got a nice, beautiful headshot of Bruce Lee. Here you got a beautiful headshot of John Saxon in this incredible photo set. And then you got this photo of Jim Kelly and John Saxon at the banquet. Here's another classic. I know you guys are gonna love this. Bruce Lee in his classic pose from Enter the Dragon, one of my favorites. Again, let me know if this was one that was hanging on your walls as a kid. I know it was hanging on my wall. Obviously not from this set, because I didn't want to break up the set, but I had another black and white photo. Spare one. Let me know if you have any of these photos. Another great photo of Bruce Lee with the eskrima sticks, or the collie sticks, as we call it, the double sticks from his dungeon room battle and Enter the Dragon. Another one of my favorite shots. If you guys are looking to pick up some of these photos, I do have a few doubles of these photos. If you let me know which ones you're looking for, I have some probably with the slugs on the bottom. I have some without the slugs, obviously, which will be less money. Let me know if you have any favorites. I do have, like I said, some doubles in my collection outside of this complete 35 set. Here goes Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Jim Kelly as they entered the island. They just got off the boat and they're kind of just looking around, getting ready for what to experience on the island of Han. Here they are walking up the steps to Han's fortress. Jim Kelly, John Saxon, and Bruce Lee. Another great photo. Unfortunately, they decided to kill off Jim Kelly, which I think we were all disappointed in. We would love to see Jim Kelly at the end battling it out with Bruce Lee, but instead they gave that role to John Saxon. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Leave it in the comments. Would you have liked to see Jim Kelly at the end of the movie with Bruce Lee battling it in the courtyards the way it was first intended and written, and then later on, obviously John Saxon being more of a celebrity than both Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly at the time, wanted his character to have more airtime, so they flipped the roles on them, and unfortunately Jim Kelly got killed off, and there you see him in chains about to be placed in the acid. Here you got a beautiful picture of John Saxon battling Bolo in Enter the Dragon. Another classic shot. I know I would have liked to see Bruce Lee battle Bolo at that end scene, which I thought he was as a kid. When you see Bruce stepping up, I was 14 years old in the Academy of Music, and I thought the battle was going to begin, and then John Saxon says, "I'll take him on," and John Saxon ends up battling Bolo. How do you guys feel about this fight scene? Leave it in the comments. Here you got another beautiful photo at the end of Han with his claw on as he's battling in the courtyard with Bruce Lee. And here you got the last photo, or the 35th photo of Han, where he changes from the claw to the knives, where he begins to cut up Bruce Lee in this final battle, up until the point where they enter the mirror room, where Bruce Lee finishes off Han. And that's it, guys. 35 beautiful photos of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. Again, one of my favorites of all time. Let me know if you guys have seen this photo set before. Let me know if you have this in your collection. Let me know if you have some of these individual ones in your collection, and also let me know by emailing me if you'd like to pick up any spares that I have of these incredible photos. You can email me at cdbrlee@aol.com. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, it really helps the algorithm. Comment below, and once again, Charles Damiano signing out from the Bruce Lee collection, as always saying, have fun collecting, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.